What's good, everybody? What is good? What is good? um, let's jump into it here. I want to talk a little bit about stop being a nice guy. Stop being the nice guy. Stop being the nice guy. This is a difficult balance because we have been taught, nice guys, quote unquote, have been taught to be this way from the time that they were kids, right? And this is I didn't really know what I wanted to link this, what I want to call this video, but I think we're going to stick with that. But I think here's the problem. Here's the problem with not having strong male leadership. And I did. But in particular, or guidance growing up, and I did. But in particular with a father who was in the home. This is why father's presence is so important. I'm going to probably do a separate video about the importance of having a father. I'm probably going to do a separate video about that. But I want to address this phenomenon of not having a father, of being a nice guy. And I want to link this up real quickly. Not having a father made me less confident. There's a guy named Larry Elder. He talks about this, and he often talks about Tupac Shakur. Tupac being, the rapper who, if you've seen him, there's an interview out when he was like 17 years old. And then as he got older, right, he completely changed into the Tupac that we all remember from the rap videos. But he was a nice guy going to some acting school, whatever he went. You can read up about Tupac's, biography. I'm not an expert on it. But he changed, and the reason that he changed into the personality that he did was because he was essentially being friend zoned.
Guys speak to women with this much respect, and I deplore that. My mother is just totally, I grew up, my mother raised me, so I have this much respect for women, and I fight often because of that, and it gives me a lot of friends. I mean, I get a lot of friends, but I get a lot of friends because I have respect for women, ultra respect for women. But then, like I was liking this girl in Tam, and I'm extra nice, extra gentleman. I'm extra just like, oh, you're beautiful and you deserve the best. And she told me I was too nice. I couldn't believe it. It wouldn't work because I was too nice. That was the ultimate stab in the back. So I went through a week of just going, forget it, I'm just going to be like them. Because they seem to get the girls, and they call girls the B word, and they smack and beat, and they're getting girls, and I'm going, peace, and I think you're beautiful, and they're going, well, I like him because he's masculine. I'm masculine. I mean, and with the guys, I'm trying, and like yesterday he was cursing, and I was like, don't curse, and he got mad at me because I told him not to curse. But my plan is that if I keep telling girls not to let them call you these names, and if I keep saying it, it's going to catch on, because the girls won't allow them to be their boyfriend if they're going to speak to them like that, and they're going to want me. So in order to not get them to go with me, they're going to have to change, and that's how they change. So I'll be the scapegoat, no problem, as long as it changes. So, yeah. And
so he changed him to a different person. Now we could argue that obviously he went to an extreme that ended up causing him to lose his life. I think that we see it with Will Smith, with the situation that happened with him a while ago, with with Jada, in the Chris Rock situation where he went up on stage and acted a fool because he was the nice guy, and he was sick of being a nice guy, being taunted. And this is all obviously speculation. He's not been anybody's psychologist's couch, or certainly not my couch, right? But this is all, everybody's doing their pop psychology, and I'm going to agree with that, with those assessments about him. So stop being the nice guy, right? So these are people that we can think about who are the nice guy. Your money doesn't matter and all this kind of stuff, right? This phenomenon about people being overlooked, passed over, friend zoned because they were too nice, and whatever's whatever, man. And listen, this is something I had to learn, right? A lot of this stuff is therapy for me, and it's cathartic for me, but it's also, I'm making it for you, but these are life lessons that I had to learn, right? I was out the game for a little while and all this kind of stuff, man, and you got to learn these lessons. You got to learn these lessons. And I had to learn. I went on a date with a girl, man, and we had a good time, man. We had a good time. And then one day, man, we were talking about something. I can't remember specifically what it was. It might have been about religion. And whatever question she asked me specifically, like I hemmed and hawed in my answer. I gotta call it like it is. I hemmed and hawed in my answer. That was it. That was it. The nice time that we had, the car I drive, the job, that was it. That was it. I'm saying this to say, you got to stop being a nice guy, man. When people say you got to speak your mind, you got to speak your mind. There's a quote that I have on Tony Randall. I can't remember. It's on my phone. When I edit this, I'll make sure I put it on the screen. Something to the fact that the only thing worse than a man who doesn't have an opinion, I think this is almost the exact quote. The only thing worse than a man who doesn't have an opinion is a man who has an opinion and is afraid to speak it. The only thing worse than a man who does not have an opinion is a man who has an opinion but is afraid to speak it, to say it. I think that's how the quote goes. It's on my phone. And it's difficult. It's difficult because we have to break, nice guys have to break the training that we have been trained with to stay out of trouble, to stay out of, not to cause ruffles, right? We have to break that. I'm not saying that all single mothers do this, and I'm not saying that, but I think that mine was a combination of religion and just being a single mother. I just think that it was. And I think that the whole turn your other cheek thing, people really take that seriously. There was a situation that was going on at my church. We were trying to start a basketball league, and there was a guy who was who had taken the ball home from the basketball league that we were trying to start at the church. Taking the ball home, and he got bullied, and the bullies took the ball. And so they're asking me, like, what's up? Were you with them at this time and this, that, and the other? I'm like, no, I wasn't. He's like, well, listen, we're going to give me another ball, but something's going to happen. You guys, the rest of you guys are really going to have to step up. And I can't even see, dude. I can't see, man. I can't see. Wow, that's dangerous. You guys, the rest of you guys on this team are going to have to, kind of go out as a group and make sure we defend it. And I can remember, the look on my mother's face as we're dealing with this, right? Because she didn't want us to fight. Nice guys were raised, particularly my generation, and, probably even more, there's no bullies right now, but they're telling people, man, not to fight, telling people not to engage. Man, the thing about nice guys, man, the thing about nice guys is you have to develop a pair. You have to speak your mind, and you have to develop the willingness to show anger. Not a willingness, but the propensity to the ability to, when things get tough, right? You cannot allow yourself to be bullied, man. You cannot allow yourself to be bullied. Again, the thing about the nice guy is the nice guy has something to lose, and this is really the important part. This is a epiphany that I had, some thoughts that I had when I was working. I was in the police department, right? It's always the people in the middle. It's always the people that have something to lose. That's why they give you things, right? Because they want you to have something to lose. They want you to have something to lose. There's something inherently dangerous about a man who has nothing to lose. There is something inherently dangerous about the man who has nothing to lose. You don't have a family. You don't care about a job, your life. They are dangerous, and they will do anything. They'll join gangs. They'll join um, what's that? Terrorist groups. Dangerous. That's why they want you to have a family. Settle. What do you think? Settle down. Stop running around. Settle down. So the nice guys, the middle guys, these are the ones, the people in the middle, right? Right. You pay your taxes, right? It's the middle class, taxpayers, right? They got something to lose. They don't want to get audited. The nice guys who has a job, who has a 9 to 5, he can't lose his job because he's got a family to support. Those are the people who don't want to get arrested because they got to mortgage their house. They make too much to get government assistance for food and if they get arrested, they won't get a free lawyer. So they got to sell their house. The whole, if you cannot afford one, the lawyer, the government will appoint you one. You can afford a lawyer. Sell your $250,000 house. Pay this lawyer. It's the middle class. That makes you nice. That makes you nice. I'm not going to rock the boat at work. I can't get fired. But this makes you unattractive. It makes you unattractive for mate selection. It makes you safe, but it don't get the rivers flowing, if you know what I'm saying. That's why they go after the bad boys and thugs. Guys who ride motorcycles and all this kind of stuff, right? They're dangerous. They're out there. They don't care about anything. Understand that we, as a human species, evolved on the plains of Africa and, wherever. We migrated to Europe, we migrated to Asia, we migrated to all these different places. And it was the strongest person who went out there and fought with the beasts, fought with the lions, fought with the woolly mammoths and all the other, animals that we had to tame, right? The person who created the greatest risk and jumped up to whatever, got the reward and got all this stuff, right? It was them. There's a lady over here cutting the grass. It was them. They got the reward. They got it. And the reward was obviously the flesh or the fruit or whatever. And it was also, man, you went out there and slayed that saber-toothed tiger? Huh. Let me see you in the cave over here from the ladies, right? So you got to stop being a nice guy. That's the nice guy. So we gave them things, the people who were able to fall in line and all this kind of stuff, right? We gave them things to make them fall in line. You get a family, you get a house, you get a car, you get a job, right? You get a 401k, you get to retire, and then you die, right? But in this life, you'll get something. But other people who don't have it, don't have anything to lose, they don't care nothing about that, right? They don't care. I'll shoot you in a minute, right? And that makes them dangerous, crazy, unpredictable, right? And that's what the ladies want, right? So you got to stop being nice. I'm not telling you to go out there and rob banks or carry unregistered firearms. I'm not saying any of that at all. But I'm saying to not be so nice. How do you do that? And I'm making a distinction between nice and kind. Stop being nice. Here's the first thing I would say to stop being nice. Speak your mind. Speak your mind. As the Tony Randall quotation, I clipped it from somewhere else. I don't know if he said it or not, but it's attributed to him. Speak your mind. Get an opinion and speak it. Think about it. Turn it over in your brain. See if this fits with your worldview. See where this fits with data, facts, and statistics, and then stand on it. Don't waffle, like I did with that story I told you. Don't waffle. This is what it is. I've had arguments with people. I know what you're saying is nonsense, but you got to stand on it. It seems crazy, right? You cannot go back. I know that this sounds. I know how this sounds because I had a situation where there was a situation where in the police department there was this one department. They used to ask a question, and they would particularly ask, and I didn't like how they did this. Right? This was in a background class that I had taken for people who want to become police officers, right? A background check class. And this guy's told a story about how they did it in their department. And they would ask a question and they know it was crazy. And when you gave an opinion, they deliberately wanted to know if you would change your opinion. To me, that was a no-win situation because you want stern, strong police officers who know what they're doing. But no, they wanted to know that you were flexible and willing to change. Okay, but that's the way they did it. I'm just saying that there's all these different philosophies out here, but I'm saying if you want to get things in life, in particular, and I make this, I'm making a lot of this content because I'm sick and tired of guys being friend zoned, nice guy, missing out on things, called educated lames, all that kind of stuff, right? Don't know how to interact in the world, socially awkward, all these corny, lame, weak, smart guys who can't navigate this new landscape of where we are. And they can't navigate it because they don't understand that, number one, the landscape is, we talked about the evolution of how we got to where we are, but the landscape today does not fit that landscape of yesterday. The ladies have jobs. They're the ones out there hunting now and gathering resources. So they want something different, but primally, or their biology is still telling them that they want some protector and provider. That's why they can be making $150,000 a year and have a problem with taking you out on a date, or want you to pay. Well, what are you working for? Okay. So I'm telling you to stop being a nice guy. The first thing you have to do is speak your mind. Come what may, have an abundance mindset that I don't need you. Develop a change in your attitude and change in thought process. You must be confident in who you are, what you are, and speak your mind. The second thing is you have to develop a don't care attitude. You have to develop that. I just told you everything I told you about is because you care. You pay your taxes because you care. You pay your car payment because you care. You go to work on time because you don't want to get fired. You're a safe guy, and I'm not telling you to not pay your taxes and they do things at work, and I'm not saying that. But I am saying that outside and socially, come what may, you speak your mind, and whatever happens, happens. Let the chips fall where they may. Make that distinction in what you're going to do. I'm not telling you to go out there and get fired, drive drunk, and all this other kind of crazy nonsense. But you have to be able to navigate this landscape that we're living in. And it seems impossible. And people are like, I don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Okay, you don't do it. But I'm telling you, if you want certain outcomes, in particular, if you want certain ladies. And I was watching some stuff, and I think about a lot of things. And I teach forensic psychology, which is psychology in cahoots with the legal system. I teach criminology, why people do what they do as far as criminal acts and stuff, right? All these different, I teach those classes amongst criminal justice courses and taught some leadership courses and all that kind of stuff. So I teach this stuff, right? So I'm saying this because I know that this is a struggle for men. I know this is a struggle for men because we don't know which way is up anymore. We don't know which way is up. We get different signals, different thoughts. We get them. But I'm telling you, if you want any type of success, particularly in the dating world, you have to speak your mind. I would say that even in the meeting. I'm not telling you to contradict the boss. I'm not telling you to be that person in the Zoom meeting with 12 people looking at you. Got to be that jerk that's always contradicting. Nobody likes that type of person. And you certainly should not do that all the time. Some things should be talked about behind the scenes. But you got to speak your mind, and you got to have a mindset that says, I am, for everything else. This is what I think. This is what I believe, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I think is right. So speak your mind, develop an attitude that says I don't care, and the third thing is live that way, work that way, live that way, act that way, behave that way, move that way. Don't back down from that. There's this idea that people will test you, in particular ladies will test you, and the so-called S test, right? The ish test. I try to keep this PG, for my, any 13-year-olds are watching this or whatever. You got to pass those tests, man. If you want that. Otherwise, and if you don't, just like, whatever. You gotta be confident, competent. Develop a mindset that says I don't care. Develop a mindset that it's not you, it'll be somebody else. Move that way. Speak your mind. Speak your mind. Hold to it. Hold fast to it. The problem with the nice guys, they don't speak their mind. The problem with the nice guy is they have something to lose. The problem with the nice guy is that they don't move with any authority, with any confidence, with any swag. That's what swag is. Confidence. Confidence is swag. They don't move that way. The problem with the nice guy is they don't speak their mind when they're asked. The problem with the nice guys, they back down. The problem with the nice guys, they aren't willing to do what it takes to get things done. The problem with the nice guys, they're not willing to do the things that need to get done. The problem with the nice guy is that they are not willing to do the things in order to get things done, accomplished, finished. Hold your ground, speak your mind, be confident, develop an attitude that says, I don't care, move that way, and understand, I'll leave this up with, understand that there's a difference between being nice and kind. And I play a video, I don't know if I'll play it right now, but I play a video sometimes and it says, it's kind of fun, it's funny to me, and I keep it on my phone just to remind me, it's like, man, these women, they want somebody who's, got the long thing, and he's 6 this, and he's got this, and he's got that, and but also in part of the rant, he says that this guy rescue cats, or he paints, whatever he does, right? There's a difference between being nice and kind.
Women be out here creating super niggas in their mind. They don't even be looking at the niggas right in front of them. That's the difference between men and women. We see who here.
Right.
Women out here think it's a unicorn nigga with long dick and a lot of money in a weekend house, and this nigga write poetry and draw, and he a thug, and he can fight and lift weights and don't eat pork. You crazy? You gonna meet this nigga with a lace front on? Okay, alright, I'm tripping though.
What he say, man?
Man, they want that nigga to have everything.
Be kind. Be kind to everyone. As the PD, I was a trainer in the PD. We used to say, listen, be nice to everyone. Be kind, but have a plan. Have a plan. And I'm telling you to be kind. Be kind. Be gentle. What's his name there? Peterson said the same thing, right? That's one PhD out. Here's another PhD saying the same thing. Be capable of violence. Be capable of it, right? In order to be kind, the opposite of, you have to be the opposite of that. You have to understand and be the opposite of that, but you're choosing to be kind. In order to be gentle, that means you have the capabilities of being rough, but you're choosing to be gentle. Be gentle. Be kind. But don't be nice. Don't be nice. Because nice guys finish last. They finish last. Nice guys get friend zoned. Nice guys get ghosted. Nice guys don't get what they want. Nice guys don't get the promotion. Nice guys are safe. Nice guys don't. No, nice is an insult. Being called a nice guy is an insult. It is an insult. If anyone says you're nice, they have just insulted you. They have just insulted you.